Hey guys, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'll be talking you through this blast off Sudoku created by Jessica Shaham. We thank Jessica for allowing us to make a video on the Sudoku. As you can see, it has a very aesthetic theme to it. The title of the Sudoku is Blast Off, and you can see the shape of a rocket about to propel off. So, really nice and aesthetic theme. And if you want to try this Sudoku out yourself, the link to solve is in the description of the video. Please do give it a try and come back and watch the video. So let us move on to the rules now. Classic rules apply. Each row, column and 3 by 3 box will have digits from 1 to 9 without repetitions. And thermometer rules apply. You can see that there are some thermometer shapes. Thermometers are nothing but shapes which have round bulb at one end and a flat end at the other end. So digits strictly increase starting from the round bulb till the flat end. Then little killer rules apply. Clues are given outside the grid. If you add the sum of the digits in the direction pointed by the arrow, you will reach the total given outside. Right? So this arrow is pointing towards this direction. So if you add all these digits, then you will get 13. And digits may repeat in the direction of the arrow provided you don't violate any classic rules. These are the rules. Seems to be an interesting combination. So we'll start solving the Sudoku by Jessica now. Okay. So the place to start would obviously be here. As you can see, the minimum sum from this box is going to be 6. The minimum sum from this box is going to be 6, 1 plus 2 plus 3. And you will notice that the total is just 1 above that, which means that in each of the box you can either have a total of 6 or 7. Not anything more, because then you can't satisfy this total. So which means you will have either 6 from these 3 cells or 7 from these 3 cells. So that means all these cells would be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Can't be anything else. And similarly, even this box would be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Either you get a total of 6 from here or 7 from here. If you get a total of 7, this becomes 6. And if you get a total of 7 from here, this becomes 6. Super. So I think we need to look at this clue now. So the maximum total along this direction is 24 in this box, I mean, and plus 8 plus 9. That gives me 41, 45. Okay, lots of freedom here. Let us look at this clue. 9, 8, 9, 4. Okay, awesome. So if you look at this clue, 30 clue, and try to substitute all maximum values in this cell, you'll just be able to reach the total of 30. So which means that we need to put those maximum values. So that's 9 and that's 8 and 9, and we need to put a 4 here to get 30. So this is a 4 and that's not 4, that's not 4. So if you notice this column, we have got the 7 total here. So this total would be 6, right? Because 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7 and 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 13. So this would be 1 and 2 and this would be 1, 2 and 3. Nice, nice start to the Sudoku. So if I look at this 13 clue now, so this is minimum 4, this is minimum 3, 7 and this is, okay, lots of possibilities there. Okay, this 38 clue has suddenly become interesting, guys. Because of the 9 we placed here, the maximum total that is possible now is 6, 7, 8, 21 and 2, 8, 9 here. So which is 19 plus 21, which is 40. So you have a degree of freedom of 2 here, right? Okay. So which means that this 21 can go until 19. So it can't go anything lesser than that. And this 19 from here can go until 17, can't go anything lesser than that. Okay, that's important to remember. There's something going on here. So if you look at this cell, row 1 column 4, okay, let us see. Let's try to substitute minimum values along this 13 clue. So this would be minimum 4, right? This would be minimum 1 and 2, which means that the maximum value that this cell can take is 6. So these clues were appealing to me. You have a 13 here and 38 here. So the maximum value that you can take here is a 6, right? And now let us add the total by putting all the maximum possibilities. So this would be maximum 21, 6, 7, 8. and this would be 6 plus 9 plus 2. That gives you 17. Superb guys, superb. So we are just able to reach the 38 with the maximum possible value that this cell can take. If you have anything more than this here, the 13 clue will be violated, and if you have anything less than the 6 here, the 38 clue will be violated. Superb. So this would be 6, and we just need to put the maximum values. We can do this activity like blindly. So this would be 21 from here. 21 plus 9 is 30, and 30 plus 8 is 38. Superb. So we have got the 38 clue, and now we know that the rest of the digits along the 13 direction would have to take absolute minimum possible value. So this would be minimum 4, and these would be minimum 1 and 2, and because this is 2, so that's 1, and that's 2, and that's 1. Superb guys, a really smooth start to the Sudoku so far. I just love the way the Sudoku has started. So I think we have resolved all the little killer clues. It may be time to start looking at these interesting thermometer shapes. So you have a 2 here, so that's not a 2. You have a 1, so that's not a 1. Just tidying up the pencil marks here. So you have a 9, so that becomes 9, and that becomes 8. So that's not 8. That's 6 and 7. 9 is in row 2, row 3, so 9 goes into these two cells. 9 can't go obviously into the round bulb. There is a 1, 2 in row 2 and 3, so 1 and 2 pencil mark goes here. So this thermometer looks interesting. So this is minimum 5 in value, right? Because it's a 5 cell long thermometer, so this would be minimum 5 in value. So this can be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course, it can't be 6, 8, 9. So this has to be 5 and 7. And it also cannot be a 5, because if you have a 5 here, 2 gets forced here. You can't have a 2. So that's a 7. So I think we can write some candidates into this thermo now. So this would be minimum 1, and maximum it could be 3, right? 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So minimum 1 and maximum 5, which means this is 1, 2, 3, and this would be minimum 2 and maximum 4. So that's 2, 3, 4, and similarly this would be 3, 4, 5, and this would be 4, 5, 6. You have a 4 here, so that's not a 4, and these 3 cells would be 3, 5 and 8 for the box. Let us look at this thermometer maybe. So the minimum value here is 2, and maximum value is 5, right? This thermometer has 2 branches. One branch is 5 cell long, the other branch is 3 cell long. So let us look at this branch which has 5 cells. So the minimum value is 2, and maximum it could be 5. So which means this would be 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be minimum 3, maximum 6. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6, 7, 8, 9. So can I eliminate anything? So you have a 6 here, so that's not a 6, so that's 7, 8 and 9. Can we do something here? So I have a 2, 3 here, which means that this cannot be a 3, a really sharp reduction, because if this is a 3, 2 gets forced here and this can't have any value. So that becomes 4, 5, 6, which means that the minimum value here also gets increased by 1. Oops, so that's 4, 5, 6, so that's 5, 6, 7, that's 6, 7, 8, and that's 7, 8, 9. Okay. So I don't think there is anything further to do here, right? So let us look at this thermometer maybe. Okay, this is very interesting guys. You have a 6, 7, 8, 9 here, right? So which means that the maximum value that you can put here is a 5, and we also know that this part of the thermo, it has 2 branches just like this thermo. This part of the thermo is 5 cell long, so this would be minimum 4 in value. So that is only 4 or 5. Superb, a really sweet deduction. So which means that this would be 3, 4, this would be 2, 3, and that would be 1 and 2. Just keep reducing the degrees of freedom by 1 and you'll get the possibilities. And that has to be 5, 6, 7 or 8. Can't be a 9, so that would be 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have a 2 here, right? I could have eliminated the 2 from this cell, which means this becomes minimum 3 in value, so that's a 4 and a 5, and that's not a 2, so because of the 2 I removed the pencil marks of 2. This seems interesting, guys. So I think I need to put down more pencil marks, right? There doesn't seem to be anything that I can do here. So I'll start from maybe this row 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. So which means that that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And I can remove the 4 from this cell. So that's 3, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that the remaining digits must be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Why don't we put that there? Okay, I'm seeing something really interesting, guys. Look at this cell, the green cell. So this has to be in column 3, right? Whatever comes here. And obviously it cannot go into the thermo again because thermo shapes do not have repeating digits. And it cannot go here due to classic. And this is not possible. And you have a 7, 8, 9 pencil mark here, which means that the green cell in column 3 would have to be present here. A really nice deduction. So I think we can use the same deduction here as well. It can't go here, it can't go into these cells. Of course, it can go into any of these 3 cells, right? Okay, so we just need to remember that the green cells are equal. Wow, this is gorgeous, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at row 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These cells. The red cells form a pentacle of 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Superb, right? Just simply so lovely to spot such pentacles, guys. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So which means that this cell can't take a 5. So that has to be a 4. Because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 get locked into those cells. So that becomes 4. That becomes 3. That becomes 1. So that's not a 3. So that's a 5, 8. So 3 is in one of these 2 cells. So we got a really beautiful pentacle. So which means that these 2 cells must be 1, 2, 3 for the row. So 2 is in one of these 2 cells. Again, guys, again. So in column 3 too we have a pentacle. Look at these cells. Or I don't think we have one yet, right? So yeah, we don't have a pentacle yet. We thought we were forming one. So we just need to eliminate one more pencil mark maybe. So we have a 3 here, so that's not a 3, so that is 1 and 2. There is a 9 here, so that's not a 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have a 1, 2, 3 triplet in column 7. So which means that this is not a 1 and 2. Superb. So we had made a corner pencil mark here, so that gets eliminated of 1 and 2, which means we can lock a 1, 2 pair here. That's nice. I'm not certain if I'm missing something easier here. So in column 5, 9 must go into one of these 2 cells. Can't be anywhere else. And 9 in box 4 goes into one of these 2 cells. Box 5 I mean. So we are done with all the little killer clues, right? There doesn't seem to be anything that we can do with the little killer clues. So 1 is in one of these 2 cells, classic. I was really hoping that there's something going on here. So 9 in column 8 has only 2 cells, so 9 would go into one of these 2 cells. Okay, you can eliminate the 5 from here, guys, because if that's a 5, you get 6, 7, 8 and 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 would be occupied from these cells, and this cell can't take any value, so that's not a 5, right? So you can eliminate the 5 from here, so that's 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3 triplet, guys. Come on, I missed this easy deduction. So because of which this can't be a 3, right? So that is a 4, that is a 5, and that's not a 5. So that's 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could have done this earlier because as soon as we spotted the 1, 2, 3 triplet, so we could have written this 4 and 5. So that's not 4, 5. So that's a 3 and 6. And 3 also is eliminated. So that's a 6. And that is not 6. So that's 7, 8. 6, 9, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So that should be a 7, 8. You have an 8 here. So that's a 7. That's 8. That is not 8. So 6, 7. Super. So the 5 gets removed from here. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 has only one cell in box 6. So that's a 4. And that would be 1, 2, 3. And you have a 2 in one of these cells. So that's a 1 and a 3. So you have 8, 9 here. So that's not 8. 5, 6 and 7. And in row 5, 5 must go into one of these 2 cells because you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. So 5 must be in one of these 2 cells, and that's not a 5. So that is a 6 and a 7. So I got something here, right? 1, 2, 7, 4 and 6. So this is not a 7, which means that this cell can't be a 7. So the green cells are, we know, are equal. So that's not a 7, that's not a 7. That's 8 and 9. So this green cell, awesome guys, this is superb, I'm just loving this. Has to be in this box 4, right? So it can't be anywhere else except this cell. Cannot go into the thermo, it cannot be in these 2 cells due to the classic, and rest of the cells don't have the pencil marks. So this cell has to take 8 and 9. Can't be 6 and 7, so this would be a green cell. Four, 6, 7, 1 and 2. So let us make use of this small thermometer maybe. So this would be 3, 5, 8, and this would be 5, 8 and 9. Because 4, 6, 7, 1 and 2, so 3, 5, 8 and 9. So that would be 3, 5, 8, and the other cell has to be 5, 8 and 9. So I have 6 here, so I can remove 6 from row 3 from these cells. That becomes 3, 4, 5, and this would also be 3, 4, 5. And I have a corner pencil mark of 3 here, so that's not a 3, so that's 4, 5, so that is a 3, and which means that's a 5, that's a 4. Superb. So this you got a 4, 5 pair here, right? So that would be a 5, which means that this is not a 5, so that becomes 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 4 and 5, so that would be 6 and 7. So I can remove the 5 from here and the 5 from here. So you have an 8, 9 pair here, so that is a 3 now. So that is not a 5, and that gives us the 5 in box 4. So that's a 5, and that gives us some more pencil marks, guys. Superb. So that is not a 5, that is not a 5. So this is minimum 6 and 7, and which means that this is 7 and 8. So I saw a comment by the author which seemed to ask if there was really bifurcation needed at any point in the Sudoku, or a chain logic maybe. So far we haven't noticed anything involving a chain or bifurcation, so it has been very clean. Logic has been so far really good. So 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 7. So remaining digits are 6, 8, 9. So that's not 8 and 9. So that's a 6. It has been tough to spot, but there has been no change so far. So that's 8, 9. So 1, 4, 5 and okay, nice guys. So if you look at column 3, there is only one cell left for the 9 now. So all the green cells would have to take the 9 now. Superb guys, superb. So that's 8, and which means that is not a 9, so that's 6, 7, 8. So this 4 gives a 6 here, and that pushes a 7 and 8 here, which means that's not a 4, so that's 2 and 3. So that is not 8 for the box, and you have 6, 7 here, and that's a 6, so which means that's a 7, that's a 6, that's a 7, that's a 6, and that resolves the 7, 6 here as well. 3, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, so 1, 2 and 7, right? So let me write those digits. So this is 2, 7, and that is 1, 2 and 7, and this is not 6, 7, so that's 8, and that resolves this 3, 8 pair, so that is 8, and that is 3. So I don't think we would be required to use any more advanced logics here. We've got almost all the boxes in the first 2 sets of rows, you can say. Row 1, 2, 3 row, and then row 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, so which means that these 2 cells would be, these 3 cells would have to take 8 and 9. I have an 8, 9 pair here, so this would be 8 and 9. So I can use uniqueness here to write an 8, 9 candidate right away here, because if these 2 cells become 8, 9, then there is no possible way to deduce these 4 cells either using the little killer or the thermo constraint. So, but let us try to solve it logically. So I have a 3 here, that's not a 3, that's 1 and 2. So okay, I get a 1, 2 pair here. You have a 4 here, which means that that's a 5, that's 4. 3, 4, 6, 9, 1 and 2, which means that these cells would be 5, 7 and 8. So that is not 7, so that becomes 7 in one of these cells. So 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 1, 2, 5, 7, so that's not 1 and 7, that's a 2 and 5, and that's a 1, 2 and 5. Okay, fine. So using classic, I can't have 4 in columns 4 and 5, so 4 must be in these 3 cells. Actually 4 must be here because of the 4 here. Maybe we need to use that chain logic here. I'm not really certain now. So 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, so which means that this would be 1, 3, 4, 5. So you have a 1 and 4 here, so that's not 1 and 4, so that's a 3 and 5. And 1 cannot be in the middle of the thermo, so that's a 3, 4, 5. And this cell has to be 1, 2, 8 or 9 for the column. It cannot be 1 and 2, which means that this would be 8 and 9. So we deduce the logic that we obtained earlier using uniqueness. So this has to be 8 and 9. We got this through logic now. So for the column 4, 3 must be in one of these 3 cells, but 3 cannot be in row 8 column 4 because the 4 gets pushed into the bulb and you'll have a violation. So 3 is not here, 3 must be in one of these 2 cells. So 6 in box 9 has only 2 cells, it has to go into one of these 2 cells and we form a pair. Super. So if you look at box 9, 6 can't be in this cell, 6 can't be here, and 9 was already marked into these 2 cells, which means that we can lock a pair. So this becomes 6 and 9, and this has to be 1, 2, 3 because 4, 6, 9, 5, 7, 8. So that would be 1, 2, 3. And you can't have 1 in the middle of the thermo, so that is 2 and 3, and you get a 2, 3 pair, so that gives a 1 here. So that removes the 1 from here, so 3, 4, 5 triplet, so that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 3, that 2 gives a 7 here and a 1 here. which means that's not a 1. So you have a 2 5 pair. So that's 1, that is 2, that is 3, that is 2, that is 3, and this one resolves this 1 2 pair. Superb, guys. Superb. Awesome. Really nice. I'm certain that this Sudoku should be finishable without any advanced logics. So you have a 3 here. So that's not a 3. So that's 4 and 5. 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7. So that would be 1, 8 and 9. And you have 1 here. So that is a 1. So which means that this is not a 1. So that's 8 and 9. So you have an 8 9 pair here. That resolves this 6 and 9. And so 6 is in row 8 and 9. That gives us 6 here. 1 6 8 3 4 9. So this would be 2 5 7. And 7 has only one cell left in column 6. So that has to be 7. That becomes 7. So that is not a 7. That's 5 8. So if I look at row 8, 2, 3, 7, 1 and 6, so 4, 5, 8 and 9, but 8, 9 can't go in column 4. So that is a 4 and a 5, which means that this is 8, that is a 5, that is a 9, that is 8, that is 8, that is 9. Superb, guys. Really fun to solve Sudoku. So this has to be 2 for the column 1, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5 and 9. So that would be a 2 and a 3. That's not a 7, 2 and 5. So you have a 2 here. So that's a 2, that's a 5, that's a 5. And this 5 gives a 4 here. So that is a 2, that is a 3. And that has to be a 4, that's a 5, and that's a 3. And with that, we have completed this phenomenal creation. Absolutely gorgeous Sudoku by Jessica. It was so much fun to solve. Some of the crucial reductions, if you ask me, were noticing that this cell goes here, green cells are all equal because they can't be in the thermo, and there was only one cell left for that to take, and perhaps doing eliminations in the middle of the grid also helped. So hope you guys enjoyed watching me solve this Sudoku. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so as to not miss any notifications in the future from us, and also like and comment under the video and share the video with your friends and family who may be interested. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned until we catch you again tomorrow with a video. Bye bye.